Let's settle this once and for all. Should you buy a home, or is renting actually the smarter move?
Yeah, John, this is one of the biggest financial questions people struggle with. Some say, buying is always better. You're throwing money away on rent. Others say, owning a home is a financial trap. Who's actually right?
That's exactly what we're going to break down today. We'll cover the real costs of homeownership, when buying makes sense, when renting is the better deal, and how to calculate the smarter financial choice for you. So if you're debating buy versus rent, stick around. This episode is packed with insights you don't want to miss.
John, let's start with the biggest argument for buying. If you rent, you're throwing money away. Is that actually true?
It's one of the most misleading financial myths out there. Let me break it down. When you pay rent, you get a place to live. You're not wasting money any more than when you buy food or gas. When you buy a home, yes, you build equity, but not all the money you pay actually builds wealth. Mortgage interest, property taxes, maintenance, those are expenses too.
So people say buying is always an investment. But is it really?
Not necessarily. A house is an asset, but it's also a liability. Homeownership comes with 1. Property taxes. These can go up every year. 2. Maintenance costs, roof repairs, plumbing, renovations, it adds up. 3. Interest payments. In the first few years, most of your mortgage payment goes to interest, not equity. That's why homeownership isn't always the best financial move.
Wow. So it's not as simple as buy a house and you're set for life. All right, let's compare it to renting. Okay, so renting isn't just throwing money away. But some people argue that rent prices are so high right now, you might as well buy. What do you think?
That depends on a few key factors. Here's when renting is actually the smarter move. If you move frequently, buying only makes sense if you stay put for at least 5 to 7 years. Otherwise, closing costs and selling fees eat up your equity. If your job situation is unstable, renting gives flexibility. If you lose your job, you can downsize fast. Homeowners can't do that as easily. If home prices are overinflated, buying at the peak of the market can leave you trapped in a bad investment. In some cities, renting is way cheaper than a mortgage.
That last point is huge. I know people who bought homes at crazy high prices in 2021, and now their property values dropped. They're stuck.
Exactly. That's why we have to do the math before making a decision.
All right, John, let's get practical. How can someone calculate whether buying or renting is better for them?
Great question. Here's the simple way to compare costs. The 5% rule. If the total annual cost of homeownership, mortgage interest, property taxes, maintenance is more than 5% of the home's value, renting is often cheaper. Rent versus buy formula. Compare monthly rent versus mortgage plus property taxes plus maintenance plus insurance. If renting is 20% cheaper than buying, you might be better off investing the difference instead.
Okay, let's say someone is debating between renting a place for $2,000 per month or buying a home worth $500,000. How do the numbers play out?
Let's break it down. Buying costs yearly. Mortgage interest 5% rate equals $25,000. Property taxes 1.2% equals $6,000. Maintenance 1% of home value equals $5,000. Home insurance equals $1,500. Total yearly cost, $37,500 or $3,125 per month. Renting cost yearly, $2,000 x 12 equals $24,000 per year. In this case, renting saves over $1,100 a month. That's money you could invest instead of tying it up in a house.
Wow, I never thought about all those hidden costs in homeownership.
All right, let's wrap this up. Should you buy or rent? The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. But here's what you need to remember. If you value flexibility, lower upfront costs, and less responsibility, renting might be your best bet. If you're ready for long-term commitment, have financial stability, and understand the true costs, buying could be the right move. The worst thing you can do is make a decision based on emotions instead of numbers. Run the math, analyze your situation, and don't let pressure dictate your choices. But here's the thing, this isn't just about numbers. It's about your goals, your lifestyle, and your future. So before you make your move, Ask yourself, 1. Do I want stability, or do I need flexibility? 2. Am I financially prepared for homeownership? 3. What does my 5-year plan look like? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you team buy or team rent? Let's get a real discussion going.
Yeah, guys, we want to hear from you. Share your experience. Have you ever regretted buying a home? Or do you think renting is a waste? Let's break these myths together.
And speaking of financial decisions, our next episode is going to be huge. We're diving into one of the most common wealth-building debates. Should you invest in the stock market or start your own business? This one is big because, let's be honest, not everyone is cut out to be an entrepreneur, but at the same time, the stock market isn't a guaranteed way to wealth either. Which one actually makes you more money in the long run? We'll break it all down in the next episode, so make sure you don't miss it.
Yeah, John, that's a topic I've been dying to discuss. So guys, if you're wondering where to put your money to actually build wealth, make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss it.
And before you go, if you haven't seen our last episode on how to protect your savings, bank, stocks, or crypto, you need to watch it. We covered some shocking truths about where your money is actually safest.
Yeah, that one was a game changer. And if today's episode helped you, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It really helps support the channel and lets us keep bringing you top-tier financial content.
Absolutely. Our goal is simple: help you make smarter financial decisions, avoid costly mistakes, and build real wealth. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. We've got plenty more coming.